I've got new books to show you. Let's get into it. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very nice. I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, consider subscribing. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, and you have watched multiple videos like this on the channel, so you know what this video is about. But if this is your first book video ever, first of all, I'm so happy that it's my video, and second of all, these are videos where I show you every new book I have bought since the last time I made a similar video, and the last video will be linked in the description if you want to go and check it out. And I haul it out to you, and I share all of the joy of all of these new books with you, because joy multiplies when it is shared, and I love to multiply my joy by sharing it with you guys. This is probably the only non-fiction book in the pile, so let's start with it. The book is The Art of Spending Money by Morgan Housel. I hope that's how you take the name. This is what it looks like. If you're looking at the book and thinking, oh, this book looks similar to another book that I have read, yes, because this is the author of Psychology of Money, which is literally one of my top favorite books ever. If anybody asks me for a book recommendation, a non-fiction recommendation related to money and finances, I always recommend Psychology of Money. It's one of my most favorite books ever. It completely changed my brain chemistry when it comes to thinking about money and how it works. Now the author has come out with another title. It's sort of like in the same series. This, I am thinking, is more action-packed, and this is one of the very few books I'm reading for the great lock-in. So all of the books that I'm reading till December. Moving on to the fiction books I've got, I'm gonna start strong because I'm so excited to have a physical copy of this book, and it is not just me looking at a book and buying it. There is so much, not exactly like emotional value attached, but nostalgic value that this book has. Let me show you the book first, and then I'll get into the story. The book is Twilight. Oh my god, I have Twilight in my collection. A lot of students from my class, but also a lot of people I knew who were a little older than me, were so excited about this movie, and they were buying this book. And this is probably one of the first books I was seeing in bookstores and actually recognizing, because the movie was so popular and everybody was buying this book at that time. This was probably the first time I got introduced to vampires. Initially I was very against it, but then I saw Robert Pattinson, and oh my god, one of my hobbies after school was to come back home and download pictures of Edward Cullen, which is so good. Like, I had a whole collection of Robert Pattinson pictures, like basically Edward Cullen pictures. I think I have watched all of the movies, but I don't remember all of the details from the other movies. I remember the first movie very well because I remember watching it for the first time and not being able to understand the accent behind it. So then I watched it with subtitles, and that's when I understood the movie. So it's very ingrained in my mind, which is why reading the first book, I've already started reading it. Reading the first book has been a little bit predictable because I know what is going to happen, but on the other hand, it is also very different from the movie. But everything else aside, even if I do remember the details, I don't care, because I was not a reader when this was all the rage. Oh my god, Twilight was everything, and the oh my god, and I missed out on all of that. Okay, and now I am giving teenage Anshul what she missed out on by reading this book as a 26-year-old, and I'm reading it at the best times, and I'm going to a cafe and reading it. I'm just romanticizing it so much. It is literally the best experience of my life. Like, it's such a core memory. I don't read books like this from my teenage. You know, Harry Potter is very big, even Hunger Games is very big, and this is very big in terms of, oh, this movie, and it's very popular, but it's teenage vampire drama. And reading that as an adult, it's everything that I want in life. I'm getting all of the giggles and all of the feels, and it's just so good. So I have the physical copy of it now. This is absolutely crazy. It's sort of like a full circle moment, because this really ties into my teenage. Next one is also a strong one, and it is thanks to one of you guys, Arya. If you're watching, thank you so much, because Arya went ahead and DM'd me this sale that was going on Amazon, and the price of this book was absolutely insane. This is the second book in a series. The first book is the Atlas 6, 6 by Olivia Blake, which is one of her most popular books. I think this is the book that made her go completely viral. Alone with You in the Ether also was a viral book, but not as much as the Atlas 6. I think this is also the first book that was picked up by the publishers as far as I know. I am obsessed with Olivia Blake. Now I got this book I think last year or last to last year, I don't exactly remember. So I've had this book since a long time, but I did not have the second book, and it's actually a trilogy. I do not mind not having the third book, but I really needed the second book in order to even start with this book. So when Arya messaged me that the Atlas Paradox is available for 99 rupees on Amazon, I was like, buying it right away. I did not even think about it, did not second guess it, did not go like, oh, but I just recently, no, nothing, just got it straight away. Now I have both of the books. For now, I'm all equipped to start with this series, which I think I will start in December. I have such exciting stories behind all of the books. The next one also has a good story. The book is No Place to Call My Own by Alina Gufran. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I won this book. Recently I went to an offline book club meet. It was a one-time thing. I'm not a part of that book club, but I was very excited to see and meet all of these people. Also, it was held in Ahmedabad, which means a lot of readers from Ahmedabad were going to come to the book club meet. I was very excited to meet all of these readers in Ahmedabad. I attended the meet and it was so much fun, and I met so many people, and they were all so nice. They were just so nice, and everybody was getting like the love for books, and everybody was talking about books with so much passion, and all of that offline. Like in reality, it was just one of the best experiences I've had. Anyways, one of the activities in the meet was you would get words in different language and you have to translate it. Now there were words from Cantonese, I think, and then there were words in French, and I know French. I've studied French and I teach French, so I'm very in touch with the language. And one of the words, I knew what it was, and I got this book because I won that round. And oh god, it's one of the best feelings ever to actually win a book, and that to like the French language, because I love French so much. It was a very exciting moment in my life that I'm going to remember forever. The next book does not have a story, but I am so psyched about it. The book is Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake has branched out. Actually, she does write like multiple genres, but this is the first time I think she has written sort of a gothic horror novel, and what I'm guessing, an unhinged female character. And guys, I'm obsessed with unhinged main female characters. Also, I love what this book looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's blood on the fork, and the pink and the blue, it's all amazing. I'm very excited to read it. Next 3 books were sent to me by you guys. First and foremost, we have Maybe Next Time by Seska Major. This is what it looks like, and I basically saw this book in Crossword last year, I think, and I think this is one of those books, like I'm pretty sure this is one of the books that keeps repeating, like one day keeps repeating, or one year keeps repeating, or one event keeps repeating, something like that. Like the repetition happens and you have to make different choices, blah blah blah. And it is also a love story. Did I just do blah 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 in a YouTube video? Wow. It says, in the greatest love story, every second counts. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, I have to have it. But at that time, I had gotten, I think, 20 books in that month, and I had so many books that I had to read, so I did not buy it straight away. But then, if you guys don't know, Vasundhara sends me one book every month. So she's basically, I've talked about her in every haul video ever, because she is my god fairy mother, and this has been on my wish list. So she has sent this to me, and I'm so grateful for it that I have it. It seems like a very short read. Very excited to just like sit and read it, probably in one sitting. It will be a great palette cleanser for sure. I'm definite about that, but I'm also hoping to get an epic love story out of this. The next one was also sent by Vasundhara, and I don't know why I feel like I've talked about this book already. I don't know why, but I don't think I have. And the book is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera, which is a modern classic. I'm obsessed with this edition. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it has this blue spine. When I was watching You, I think in the second season or the first season, Joe Goldberg is reading The Unbearable. He either talks about this or he is reading it, and since then I have wanted to read this book, so it has been on my wish list. But the reason I've never bought it is because I don't know if I will read it. So I obviously prioritize books that I'm going to read straight away, and I don't usually buy books that I'm just going to keep. Okay, so that's why I never had the guts to go ahead and buy this book, but because it was on the wish list, Vasundhara again sent it to me, and now that she has sent it to me and it's a gift, I feel even more motivated to read the book, more than I would have if I got it for myself. So I'm very excited to read it because it's a modern classic. In the end of the segment where I have gotten books from you guys, we have P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. Look at the copy, you guys. It's an absolute second-hand copy with like yellow pages and spots, and Zoya very kindly sent it to me along with a few of her bookmarks. The unboxing is there in, I think, the latest weekly vlog that I have uploaded, and it was an absolute delight, and I cried later on, and it was like a whole thing within itself. So of course there are other things also that she sent, but the book that she sent in that was this. And the reason I'm so happy to have this particular edition is because it feels like this was bought when it came out. That is the feeling that this copy gives me. So I'm very happy to have this copy. Thank you so much, Zoya, for sending it to me, and I have wanted to read this book since a very long time, so I'm very excited to read it. I actually got a physical copy of a book that I read on my Kindle, but then I got obsessed with it. Literally the first thing I have done after finishing the book is order the physical copy of this book. Straight up. The book is Recursion by Blake Crouch. I think I've talked about this book in the last video also, and I also uploaded a short about it. I am just absolutely obsessed with this book. The story, the full circle moment, the plot twist, the writing style, everything. I've already gushed about it in the previous video where I'm recommending books, and it is one of my 6-star books, and it's one of the best books that I have read this entire year, and I'm so happy I've had this experience, and it's so I'm gushing about it again. I had to get the physical copy, so I got it, and then as soon as I got it, I wanted to start rereading it. So then I did read a couple of chapters, and then I was like, no, Anshul, just like let it go. So I think I'm gonna reread it in December or January, one of the months, and I'm very excited about it. One thing that I have done recently for my book club is I have already finished reading My Friends, and I decided to reread the book because I was so obsessed with it, and I decided to reread it with you guys. I think I'm gonna do exactly that with this book, because anytime I'm reading a book for the book club, the video that I make for it is always filled with spoilers, because obviously I assume that you have also read the book. When I reread this book and I'm underlining and everything, I can actually talk about all of the spoilers in that video and upload it, and then we can all discuss it, and that is literally all I want. So I may probably do that for the month of December. I'm not sure, but basically I'm totally obsessed with this book. Next up, there are 2 books that I got from Crossword. I went for a leisurely time to Crossword just to have fun and look around. First of all, we have Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey, which is the second part in the interconnected series. I don't know what the series is called, but the first book is It Happened One Summer, which is one of my most favorite Tessa Bailey books ever, and oh my god, that experience was so good. A unique experience. I've not had that experience again, so I'm hoping to recreate that experience with this, because I've read a couple of Tessa Bailey books after that and they have hugely disappointed me. I don't understand how, because Secretly Yours, It Happened One Summer, they are my top like romance reads when it comes to smutty reads. I love them so much. It's so well done. And then I think I've read 2 books after that by Tessa Bailey, and I was so disappointed. It was like insanely disappointed. So I'm really hoping that because it is part of that series, I'm thinking that it was written during the same time or whatever, and so it will give me the same feels that It Happened One Summer gave. And it's also a small town romance, and recently I've been watching Gilmore Girls, and that has given me a new appreciation for small town anything. We also have Stranger Things, which is also a small town, so just the aesthetic of a small town and having like quaint little shops and small businesses and getting to know all of these people and the vibe that small towns have, I have new appreciation for it. I did not enjoy it as much before, so I'm excited to read that one. Then I have spent money, full price money on this book, and I have done it after such a long time. This is embarrassing to admit, but sometimes when I look at books in any bookstore, I do go on Amazon and see what the price is. If it's way cheaper on Amazon, I do get it from Amazon. Similarly, when I saw this book, I did the same thing and I went on Amazon, and honestly there was a huge price difference from the full price. But I don't think, first of all, I would get this edition of the book from Amazon, and secondly, even if I did, just the feeling of buying this book from the bookstore, it will remain with me forever. It's insane that little moments like this just live with you forever. For example, when I bought Set on You, it was from Crossword, and the book is 3.5 star or 3 star. It's a 3-star book. It was a good palate cleanser, but the whole experience is etched in my brain, and I remember exactly what I was wearing that day, and it's not left me. And I bought Fearless from a bookstore, and that feeling has not left me. I know exactly how I felt in that moment. Those experiences always engrave themselves into my soul and my mind. That's why I was like, it's okay, I'm just gonna pay the full price and I'm gonna buy this book from here, especially because I do think it can be a 6-star read, and I think that it can be one of the best books that I ever read in my life because it has that vibe, and I'll tell you why. The book is The Librarian of Auschwitz, written by Antonio Iturbe. I hope I'm taking the name right, and it's translated by Lilith Zenkulin Thwaites. It's based on the true story of Auschwitz prisoner Dita Cross. This is what it looks like. The camera is not doing justice to it because it's in reality it looks like an absolute painting. When you go on the inside, it has this whole map on the inside, and even in the end it has this map on the inside, and there are books engraved on the book. The reasons I think it'll be a 6-star read for me is, one, it is based on World War II. That is my absolute favorite backdrop when it comes to historical times. 2, it is based on a true story. So I think it's going to be a little bit like Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, because it is based on a true story, but it's fictional with World War II backdrop. So I think it's absolutely epic. And 3, the librarian of Auschwitz, and she's literally standing on a stack of books. And from what I remember, yeah, a girl who risked her life to keep the magic of books alive during the Holocaust. How cool is that? So I am so excited to read this book, and I'm so happy to have this edition, and I just know that it's going to be one of my most favorite books ever. I just know it. So I am also going to go into it with the bias of it, but still I think it was totally worth the price, totally worth paying the full money, and I'm very excited to read it. And it is literally one of my prized possessions. I love it. I love it. Next book was sent to me by the publisher of the book. The book is Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howard. I don't know anything about it. It was shortlisted for the Polari First Book Prize in 2024. Thinking it's YA maybe. So I'm thinking it's one of those books where, oh, it's summer and coming of age and YA, you know, and you see this particular person, like the main character, learning things and understanding themselves and things like that. So I'm very excited to read it. It also came with a bookmark, which is great. Next 4 books also have a little bit of a story. A few months ago or a few weeks ago, I think it's been a few weeks and a couple months, I'm not sure, I went to Mumbai to host an event and talk to an author and interview her for that event. So the event was held at Fictionary and it was amazing, and if you want to see my experience, I have vlogged it. I'll link it in the description, you can go and check it out. But it was such a great experience once again. Now the author is literally one of my most favorite people ever. She is everything that I would want to be in my life. She has 2 PhDs, which I am not going to have for sure. That she has done such great things, and even as a person, I was so intimidated to talk to her, but then when I started talking to her, she was just so good and so warm as a person, and the interview also flowed like a river only because it was so easy to talk to her and she was such a nice person. She and the organizer of the event, which is Kriti, they very kindly gifted me all of the books written by the author, and I am so grateful for it because when I was prepping for the interview, I got to know what the storyline is like of all of the books, and honestly I was just going to buy it. So when I got them gifted to me, I was like, bro, you just lost money, because I was gonna buy the books. But again, I am so grateful that they were gifted to me. The books are, 1, The Art of Taking Second Chances, and the author is Varsha Chipness. This is what it looks like. It is indie published, so the author published it herself and her friend did the cover art of the book, and so this is going to be a special edition for me forever. The first book is The Art of Taking Second Chances. Next one is The X Factor. I was going to see the author's name again. It's the same author. This also has an absolutely beautiful cover. The Rules of Playing with Fire. Just look at that cover. It's absolutely insane and gorgeous. Last one which has recently released is Unbound by Varsha C. This is a different name but the same author. So I got all of these 4 books and I'm so grateful for them and I'm so excited to read them one by one. In the end, we have The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman, which also I don't know why I feel like I've already shown to you, but I watched my last haul video and it was not there in the video, so I don't know what is going on. But this is what the book looks like. It's so pretty, and I also have the large paperback version of it, so I'm very happy about it. The only issue with this, oh, there's a bookmark inside. The only issue with it is that this is the 5th book in the Thursday Murder Club series. This is what the bookmark looks like. Can you see it? Hello? Bro, focus. It's not focusing, I don't know why. The Thursday Murder Club series, and I've not read any of the Thursday Murder Club books, and I don't want to read this book till I read the first 4 books, because even if you can read it as a standalone, I don't want to read it before reading the first 4 books and getting attached to the characters in the correct order. It's not exactly on my to be read list, but I'm very happy to have the copy. With that, we come towards the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I was getting a couple of comments and some DMs on my Instagram asking when I'm gonna post another haul, because I think the last one I posted was 2 months ago. But guys, I'm being very mindful about the books that I buy, and a lot of books are like sent by you, because I really want to be reading the books that I already have, because I have really good books. I spoke so fast just now. Really good books, especially recently when I was cleaning the bookshelf and I was seeing all of the books that I have, especially in my like the last copy, the physical TBR. They are like such good stories that I really want to get to know, but sometimes I get so distracted by all of the new books that I buy, because as soon as I get a book I want to read it. Like for example, if I have this book in my possession right now, it was out of sight, out of mind, because it was kept somewhere else in the crossword bag, but now that I've seen it, I'm like, I want to read it. So sometimes because of that, I'm not able to focus on my physical TBR, which is why I have really reduced the number of books that I buy. And instead of buying books in bulk, I make it a whole experience, and there is always a story behind it. So like there's a story behind Twilight, or there's a story behind buying this book from a bookstore and things like that, because it just makes it so much more special. Not that like I am craving buying a lot of books from Amazon or Flipkart or whatever it is and doing like a huge unboxing and haul, because I used to do it so often before, and that is a whole other feeling that I really miss because it's been so long. So I think I'm planning on doing that in December, or I think I'm going to do it in January for sure, because it's the new year. So I think I'm totally allowed to do that. I'm gonna be like, I'm allowed to do that. Who gave me the permission? I don't know. Even if I'm not having that feeling right now and I'm being responsible, a responsible person, all of the stories and the reason behind all of these books and why I get them and why I buy them, it's all so special and makes the books so special to me even before reading the books. So I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so grateful to you and for you and for all of the attention you give me and for all of the words of encouragement you guys give me, because you guys literally help me float on some days, and otherwise also I'm literally living the life that 20-year-old Anchal, 18-year-old Anchal wanted to live. All thanks to you guys, not only for everything that you do like with the views and everything, but also because your presence was a big part of that life that I wanted to live, and I have your presence over here. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to come out with another video very soon, literally in the next 2 days. I'm saying this because I'm going to shoot it right after this. So I'll see you in that one. I love you so much. Bye.